I will follow up with what General Hodges been mentioning first, actually the legal status, yes, and the perception of the war. And I will refer to the quite well-known now the case of Syroyid, that, by the way, who is unfortunately now in a severe threat. But this is another issue. So most probably you are aware that he volunteered to the army, not to the army, but to the bodyguard service in 2014. He was in the mobile patrol close to the Mariupol in August 2014. There was a suspicious car. There was an order to stop it. Then there was an order to shoot. There were 9 guys shooting on the driving vehicle. And at the end, 1 guy is sentenced for murder because 1 person has been killed, but unknown person actually, because you cannot verify whose bullet actually shoot the lady. And we have a number of issues that just raised from this specific case. And be sure that Ukrainian army is following this case closely because they understand that it refers to everyone. And here you come to the actually legal framework of military conduct. When, when we have exactly here the hybrid perception and hybrid reality. But there is a question that Ukrainian army and bodyguard service and National Guard, they perform their duty constitutionally on the east? Of course, because they had the duty to protect, to defend, and they performed their duty constitutionally. But whether the state acted constitutionally to protect its soldiers, and this is a big issue, because according to the constitution, in the case of threat for the state, the president first is supposed to implement the martial law, and secondly, to issue a decree deploying armed forces, while it's needed, exactly for their cases like this. When the soldier uses the weapon in the military conditions, he is the most vulnerable person, because eventually he may stand in the court. And how court should decide whether the soldier acted appropriately or not. And it's only the decision of the chief commander that can say there was a threat to the country. The threat demanded the deployment of armed forces. And this, moreover, the deployment required the use of weapon. And that can be the condition that protects the people. Moreover, why the current driving? If there would be a martial law implemented, there would be limits for their freedom of movement according to the martial law. Unfortunately, since they were not implemented, again, the soldiers were vulnerable, they didn't have enough legal grounds to act. And this is the question, because we are now debating this, finally, within almost 4 years in war, we started to debate that we are in a hybrid that we created for ourselves. And the question is, how we shall get out from this hybrid? Because we will need to do this to protect our soldiers. And this is for all of us to think about this. My statement is very clear, that we cannot invent the vehicle, yes? Those rules of the war, they are way more mature than we, The rules of the war, they last for thousands of years. We cannot invent anything new. We just had to follow the common sense. And when it comes to the budget and transparency, it's very simple. War, again, and especially the hybrid war, is the perfect excuse. Wherever you want to justify that you don't do something. You just say, we are in war, we are in a hybrid war. You know, it's a fantastic excuse. Now hybrid war appears to be very convenient to everyone. And here it comes to the budget. We realize that we have to increase our defense spending. But those defense spending, they come from people. Those are not the money of the state. And to make sure that people will be willing to pay more for their army, we have to make sure that we report to the people back how those money are spent. And no secrecy can be here, because again, those are not the state money, so there shall be no state secrets on this. Yes, we can cover with secrets some specific articles, but not the whole defense budget. So here I refer back to what General Hodges has been mentioning, that the army is part of society and established for the sake of society and in the interest of society. And it cannot be disconnected. The army has been subordinate to society exactly through the representative body, which is the parliament. Thank you.